Welcome to today's deep dive. We're looking at an excerpt today from a document called Talking About Jesus. And the mission today is really exploring how these ideas just completely flip the script on success and worthiness.
And that exhausting pressure to be perfect.
Yes,
It
exactly.
is such a relief to read, honestly. I mean, we are so used to this endless hustle,
Hmm.
proving our value and updating the resume and always trying to look polished.
Oh, absolutely. And just as a quick note for you listening, we are looking at this strictly to convey the ideas the author laid out. We're not taking theological sides here, just exploring the
All
text.
right, we're just unpacking the perspective. And
Yeah.
the perspective we're unpacking today really throws all of that worldly hustle out the window when it comes to approaching the divine.
Okay, so let's jump right into that contrast because it's huge. Out in the world, you're supposed to hype up your achievements.
You're supposed to be the best.
Right. But here, all that human applause is compared to morning mist. It just vanishes. Think about it. You're trying to impress a creator who the text says formed the stars and measures the oceans.
Yeah, it's like
It's like bringing a finger painting to Picasso and expecting him to be blown away by your brushwork.
that is the perfect way to picture it. Standing on your own personal merit is described in the document as wearing fragile threads.
Fragile threads.
Yeah, it just doesn't cover anything. But instead of that being a terrifying realization, it's actually the whole point. Because you can't offer perfection. What's actually asked for is your brokenness.
Which goes against literally every instinct we have. We always want to wait until we feel stronger or purer or more worthy before asking for help.
Or before approaching God, yeah. And here is where the author's argument gets really interesting. Waiting until you're good enough isn't actually reverence. It's just pure pride.
Wow. So pretending you need to clean yourself up first is actually just your ego talking.
Exactly. If you wait until you're perfect, you're never going to show up. The invitation is to come to a throne of mercy exactly as you are,
With all the mess.
with all of it. The imagery used is so vivid. It talks about bringing your trembling hands and your weary eyes and unhealed wounds.
Mm.
It's a total rejection of the idea that you'll be met with cold indifference.
It's funny, all this talk about letting go of control, it brings up that classic metaphor of the potter and the clay.
Oh, right, yes.
Usually that sounds really gentle, like a kid's art class, but the way it's framed here sounds pretty intense.
It is intense because clay doesn't brag about its shape. It doesn't mold itself. It just yields. And yielding can be incredibly uncomfortable. The text says you might feel pressure you do not understand.
But that pressure isn't random, is it? It's there to smooth out the rough edges of pride and strengthen those fragile places of fear. It's literally carving channels for grace to flow.
Yeah, it totally reframes how we view weakness.
Mm.
Feeling desperate isn't some barrier keeping you out. The author calls it the doorway to deeper communion where power actually becomes complete.
So we're really talking about laying down everything, both the imagined worth, that a fancy resume, and the hidden shame.
Both sides of the coin.
It's a challenge to get off the shifting sand of your performance and stand on the steady ground of his mercy, letting that brokenness actually turn into beauty.
And bringing this right back to you listening, whether you're looking at this as a spiritual truth or just stepping back and reflecting on your own life,
Mm.
there is something so real here about the sheer exhaustion of always performing.
It is so exhausting.
There is this unexpected wild strength you find when you finally just admit you're running on empty. You do not have to carry the impossible burden of being perfect.
It's like the ultimate permission to stop pretending. So we'll leave you with this to mull over as you go about your day. If you were to finally drop that polished shield of your achievements and accomplishments, what unexpected transformation might you actually make room for in your life?